Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Emma's vlog, many people's favorite segment on my channel. And Emma's week started off with a 150-pound long pause bench. We'll take it. We'll take it. Afterwards, of course, she did her supplemental work. We did bench pressing with a pause for sets of 10. This is going to be actually a little bit different of a vlog, by the way, because she trained in 3 different gyms in a single week. Yep, 3 different gyms in 3 different states. But, we made it work. Programmed around what equipment she had, and, everything went. It went great. So, again, the training week for this was very, very simple. We didn't have access to a lot of special equipment, even stuff she has at home. So again, we did that long pause bench. We did flat bench. We did dumbbell presses. She did some chin-ups, band press downs, and cable lateral raises. And that was her max effort upper day. And yes, we do, for those new to this who don't follow this, we do a lot of sets of 10. We do a lot of rep work for my clients, just like you see me do, right? We're either going really heavy, we're going really fast, or we are doing volume and pump work. Those are our 3 training modalities that we work with every week outside of our conditioning. And again, people who follow my channel or who follow the conjugate method know why we do that, right? So she did her max effort upper day, which again, I think has the most volume out of this particular set of footage. But here's the band press downs. Having her do lots of these at the moment. I'm not having her do any heavy tricep work because triceps are not a weak link for her. But what we are doing with this is, of course, ensuring that I keep her tendons healthy, right? We're keeping the elbow tendons healthy, keeping the work capacity high for triceps while we focus more on her pecs, because pectorals are kind of limiting her bench a little bit. At one time, it was triceps, and we did extra tricep work. And you guys have seen her close grip, pretty respectable weight now. Now we're seeing a little bit of need for more pectoral, so we're working that. And of course, I always let her do delt work because she really wants having big delts. All right, sumo deadlift, 300 pounds plus 45 pounds of band tension. Nailed it. And she's shaking her hands a little bit. And for those who've never pulled against bands, that's kind of hard on your grip. Like, it challenges the grip tremendously. All right, afterwards, safety bar good mornings. We got lucky. The gym had a safety squat bar, and look at those rogue plates. They got rogue plates too. Pretty good for a box gym. I don't think that was a normal box gym. She was like, oh, they don't have a lot of equipment. Like, well, they got a safety bar. They have a belt squat. They got a glute ham raise. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take that any day as a coach for one of my lifters. No reverse hyper. Of course, that came up too. She had said, since we've been over here on vacation, she's like, 2 weeks with no reverse hyper, and I'm already noticing the difference. I'm like, yep, I know. I'm fully aware. Just some of that detrains. Once you get used to having the reverse hyper and having the benefits of it, and your lower back feeling so strong and good, once you haven't had access to one for a little while, you start to feel it. Even when I've taken it out of my program, I start to notice that difference. That low back fatigue builds up easier, and low back doesn't feel as strong, right? I've learned my own lesson with that. And clients report the same thing. So, of course, after the belt squat, she did glute ham raises. And it looks like that's on a fixed one. It doesn't look like that there's any much adjustment on it. There might be actually. I'm trying to look at it. The mirror's making it confusing. Yeah, it does have adjustment. But, so she's adding a little bit of weight, building those hamstrings up. And I've always told, Emma, with her structure, hamstrings are always going to be critical on her deadlifts, right? She's got long legs. And just the way that she's built, we always have to work her hamstrings or her conventional deadlift will suffer, right? It really is basically her limit. So we always train the hamstrings. We don't ever let her hamstrings have a break these days. So they have a glute ham raise at home, we use it. They got one in this gym, we're going to use it. And we always do either good mornings or Romanian deadlifts for her, for good reason. All right, so upper day, we didn't get a speed upper. She had to train in a hotel gym that only pretty much had dumbbells. It's a dumbbell hotel gym. But what do? We made it work. Dumbbell presses, all right? Getting those dumbbell presses in. Dumbbell extensions. My old friend Chris Jones might say here, I don't think he would actually. Tries for the guys. Except she's married, and I coach her husband too. So, dumbbell tricep extensions. Dumbbell presses. We can do a lot with a dumbbell only gym. Fortunately, we didn't have to do the dynamic lower there. She got home today, knocked out the dynamic lower at home, but I had written her out a program like, oh, we're going to do a bunch of dumbbell step-ups and dumbbell speed boxes and, dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. Like, I was going to make it work. All right. Of course, then she did some hammer curls here, which I happen to like. I do a fair amount of hammer curls myself these days. Again, helps with not just the bicep, but it helps with the forearm, and they help with grip because of the nature of the hammer curl. It's actually a pretty decent grip training tool if you've done other pulling already first. So if you've done, pull-ups or rows or anything, and your grip and forearms are fatigued a little already, this actually helps quite a bit. It's actually a pretty good grip training tool. Of course, I think these got a little bit out of order. I'm pretty sure she did the rows first, but we did dumbbell rows because, hey, we got dumbbells in the gym. We can train the whole upper body with that. Even my people who need to be really strong, sure, we're not going to do max work. We're not going to do dynamic work and stuff with just the dumbbells. You can do a lot. And I kept it basic, but I've had people who, for short periods of time during lockdowns, only had dumbbells. We came up with all sorts of dumbbell movements to do. You can make it work and still get a workout in. It's just not going to work with your normal, programming when we're doing advanced stuff like this. It's something that's going to sustain you, but it'll sure give you at least a training response, for a few days if you need to. All right. So we did speed boxes with bands and a safety bar, speed deadlifts, and I believe it was conventional pulls this week. All right, safety bar good mornings, which I kind of have her live on these. And she'll probably never miss the lockout on a squat because of that. Again, everyone knows I'm a big fan of good mornings. Some of my clients, not all of them, some of them live and die on these. For some of my people, I've used this as almost a primary squat builder. Get their good morning up to 500 pounds and watch them just hammer some monstrous squats for their body weight. All right. Then, of course, she did our dumbbell goblet squats, which these are only going to be in, hopefully a little longer. The new house, they're going to be getting a belt squat. I already talked with Louie about it. So that is definitely going to happen. So it's coming, and then we can start using that belt squat all the time. She really loved the one they had at the gym. She's like, okay, now I see why you like these. I'm like, yep, it's for good reason. And then, of course, she finished up with her glute ham raises and reverse hyperextensions, which you guys can watch here. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.